something before I butted it?
Yeah, and it seems, it's actually connected to what you've just said. And I wanted to say that the conversation that built the opposition from where I sit, and I'm not talking about the alternative, whatever, in the united opposition. That conversation was around the economy. Even the protests by the young people, the Gen Zs, they went to the street because of the economy. And because the economy, when it bites, it affects everything else. If you don't have money in your pocket, then education will be affected, health will be affected. You cannot even feed your family. And it was felt, or people have been feeling it, from that level of the household. It's commendable. I mean, some of the ratings that we keep getting, especially from both development partners and the outside eye, it's good and it is commendable, and it's something that we should actually be proud of. However, that needs to have a trickle-down effect. It has to be felt at the very, very low level. Because if a person does not have money even to feed their own family or their own children, then, I mean, you can talk about these big things at a national level, but it will not make sense to the common mwananchi. And therefore, when noise is made at that low level, that noise can translate into very many other things. So what I wanted to say, the reason as to why the alternative government does not have an agenda, a clear agenda, and every time you ask them about the agenda, they want to say that why does Ruto want us to give our plan? When we talk about the economic crimes that have happened in this country, and some of them were even pronounced during the impeachment, some of them have been pronounced, especially for some of us who come from Nyeri County. We know how much money we lost at some point through some supplies that never happened, and a lot of money was lost. And therefore, they cannot address that biting question around the issue of the economy. Because when we do our politics, we want to appear as if we are very clean. We want to say that people are looting, while you were the looter of the other day, the looter of last year. When you change forest, you move from government and you join the opposition, you want to blame the others of the same crimes that you are committing. Do you know, the real revolutionaries, the people who are going to bring change in this country are not the old people. And I say this with a lot of respect to our fathers, our grandfathers, even my friend Kirwa, who have served in government and served very well. The problem with the old people is that they only know how to do politics the same way. And now they are doing it same way, expecting different results. Same monkeys, different forests. The people who were in government last year and the other year, and yet they did not see any problem with government when looting was happening because they were in government. Yet when they are pushed out of government and come to this other side, they join us in a chorus. The young people had an opportunity, and I still believe that that opportunity is still there, of changing this nation. And by the way, this election of 2027 might just surprise very many of us. Because the two groups, the Wantam and the Tutam, are only used to doing politics in a certain way. They are only used to forming a coalition here, a new political party here, and then you pull your friends and you come together. The young people, the millennials and the Gen Zs, we are tired. We are tired because that is what has put us in these problems. If we were to become very genuine and have an honest conversation about the issues that bedevil this country, we really know them. But nobody wants to touch that. Because people want to play safe, form the next government. And then after a year, after 2 years, watu wakosane, and then you come out and tell us that, you know, the other side, those people are very bad. No. We must change the way we do politics. The reason why people do not have real issues or real solution to sell to Anjiko is because they are part of the problem.
Thank you. And I think also time is really running low on us, but it will remiss of us not to really just mention, just briefly, tomorrow's event at KICC. Everyone has been eagerly waiting to see, the implementation of a NADCO report. They will say it has been implemented piecemeal by piecemeal. The last time I had it was 65%, but also there will be sort of a rejoinder following the implementation or the presentation of a report tomorrow to the president and, of course, also the leader of ODM. This is Oburu. I wonder what you have to say regarding this latest development we do have tomorrow.
Well, first of all, let us look at the issues that were raised by Omolo in terms of our approach to issues of politics. It cannot be said that we are saying nothing when we are looking at the audited reports. We were talking of 11 billion the other day, but now we are at 1 trillion, money disappearing to e-citizen, and we do not know where does it go. We cannot say we're not talking about all these issues when we know the focus of our constitution is issues of governance. And the issues the GNCs were raising at the time they were in the streets were not only issues of economy, it was issues of governance, saying we want to see more transparency in terms of government, and that is what we are talking about. It is also incumbent upon us to be honest instead of making it an issue so personal. I'm happy Kadhi Rungu started saying she was part of the opposition, but I'm now confirmed beyond any reasonable doubt that she is somebody who is gravitating towards the government, but she does not know how to navigate her route to that particular position. When it comes to the issue of NADCO, remember out of the 10 issues that were raised, 8 of them were purely administrative, and we did not need to have told the government that particular issue. I've listened to Sifuna carefully talk about that particular report, that they had given certain individuals a chance to highlight the issues that were needed for purposes of ensuring that something comes out that they will be able to sign in terms of these broad-based issues. And some of the issues raised in the NADCO report were also raised in trying to craft a broad-based government structure. I do expect that that report perhaps may not meet the end of the day, the light of the day, because some of it are issues that presume the government never existed before the issue of NADCO was done. Like many issues were administrative, that the government of the day ought to have implemented without necessarily having that particular discussion entered. Some of the issues are constitutional. I do not know whether we have capacity to deal with the constitution between now and the next general election, or are we going to have a package that will be inbuilt in the next election as you vote for so and so, so vote for this section of the constitution to be amended to meet certain requirements.
Thank you. Right.
I think my expectation tomorrow on the NADCO report, and I think yesterday in Siaya, the leader of ODM alluded to it, that some of the things are work in progress. You cannot implement all the issues in NADCO report within a year. Mm-hmm. So some of them are evolving things like respect for human rights, issues of that nature. You can just look at things how they are. How bad are they compared to when they were where we were a year or so ago? Issues of electoral reforms, some of them have happened. Issues of inclusivity, I think since then there's been more shared appointment in public service across the country. Some of them when ODM brought in some the so-called experts. So there's been certain things you can speak to, but some of them are continuous, and therefore what I expect tomorrow is just a status or a scorecard of where that is.
Thank you.
But it's not something that ends tomorrow.
Yes.
No.
Okay, let's hear from Kathy.
I mean, as a former member of Azimio Party and someone who believed very seriously in Baba Raila Odinga, I hope that the 10-point agenda will be implemented. It will be honorable, even in his death, to implement it as a plan. We know that all this cannot be done, like within the remaining 2 years or something, but there needs to be a roadmap into achieving what Baba fought for. Almost his entire political, during his times when he was doing politics actively. So it will be in his honor, and we are looking forward.
Indeed. Thank you. Kipruto Arab Kirwa, thank you for coming through as well. Hesbon Omolo, we really do appreciate you in for this morning. And Kathy Irungu, what a trenchant discussion we've had this morning. Because of constraints of time, of course, we cannot continue. We're seeing it's 8 o'clock, and I can already see Kotela Macy and Fred Arocho and Duncan Mutua standing by, waiting to give us the Monday Blitz. So I want to thank you so very much. We eagerly wait for tomorrow. On Wednesday as well, Sifuna said they'll give also their report regarding the NADCO report itself that has not been implemented at all, according to Edwin Sifuna. We'll take a short break right now. When we circle back, you continue with the Monday Blitz.